and welcome back to another bone-chilling episode of Dread and Buried. I'm your host, Bree, and today we're going to take a harrowing journey into the terrifying history of Fairfield Hills State Hospital, an infamous psychiatric institution located in Newtown, Connecticut. Brace yourself as we peel back the layers of horror and uncover the spine-chilling secrets that have plagued this accursed place. Fairfield Hills State Hospital, owned and operated by the state of Connecticut Department of Mental Health, opened its doors in 1931 with a sinister purpose: to alleviate the overcrowding at other state mental hospitals. This looming institution stood as a beacon of despair, housing the mentally ill, or more appropriately put, the criminally insane, from all corners of the state. But within its 16 interconnected buildings, linked by a labyrinth of underground tunnels, unspeakable horrors awaited those unfortunate souls who entered its sinister embrace. On June 1st, 1933, Fairfield Hills received its first wave of patients from Connecticut Valley Hospital. Initially, fewer than 500 tormented souls inhabited its suffocating hallways, while a mere 3 doctors were tasked with their medical care. Little did anyone know, these vile walls would become the breeding ground for unimaginable suffering, madness, and death. As the years crawled forward, Fairfield Hills became a living nightmare. The patient population exploded, exceeding 4,000 individuals by the late 1960s. A sinister transformation occurred within those walls, twisting the minds of the patients and corrupting the hearts of the staff. The hospital projected an outward facade of serenity and healing, but behind its deceptive veneer, a grotesque orchestra of pain and despair played on, conducted by sadistic minds. The treatments employed within Fairfield Hills were echoes of a bygone era. Electric shock therapy, insulin shock therapy, hydrotherapy, the tools of torment were plentiful. Psychosurgery and frontal lobotomies left patients as hollow shells of their former selves, their very essence stripped away. Those unfortunate enough to cross the threshold of this abyss were held down against their will, subjected to agonizing electroshocks, and some even succumbed to the horror, their lives extinguished by their own hand, while others met, quote, mysterious deaths that remained shrouded in darkness. But the mistreatment did not end there. Verbal and physical abuse were rampant, infecting the air like a poison. Patients, already broken in spirit, were subjected to unspeakable acts of sexual assault, their cries of mercy falling on deaf ears. Restraints in padded rooms were plentiful, as violence permeated the very fabric of Fairfield Hills. A former resident spoke of the dreaded Code 99, a chilling signal blaring over the loudspeakers, summoning orderlies like creatures from the abyss. They would converge on the targeted ward, strangling the unruly patient with merciless chokeholds, their fists raining down with sadistic pleasure. Finally, the victim would be bound to a bed, their body violated with a needle filled with thorazine, a cruel cocktail of sedation. Abandoned remnants of this unholy past linger still. Electroshock supplies, restriction chairs, and autopsy tables, remnants of the torment inflicted upon the innocent, remain embedded within the walls, bearing witness to the atrocities committed. Though refurbished, these buildings cannot erase the chilling echoes of the past. And then, we descend further into the depths of horror. The sinister tunnels. A tangled network of concrete arteries, they connected the buildings within Fairfield Hills. These subterranean passages were the conduits for the macabre, transporting patients, equipment, and even lifeless corpses to the on-campus morgue. But as the darkness grew, so did the danger. The town of Newtown, plagued by safety concerns, illegal trespassing, and the vile vandalism of those seeking access to the tunnels, sealed them off in 2009, welded up, and boarded shut. They became graves for the secrets that refused to rest. December 8th, 1995 marked the end of Fairfield Hills State Hospital's reign of terror. Its halls, once teeming with suffering, fell into silence as the state closed its doors. But the haunting echoes of the past refused to fade away. Paranormal investigators, psychics, and brave souls driven by a morbid fascination ventured into the depths of Fairfield Hills. They sought answers to the supernatural mysteries that lingered, those specters of the damned that refused to find peace. And in the realm of entertainment, Fairfield Hills found new life. A setting for the movie titled Sleepers, and the paranormal reality TV series MTV's Fear further entwined its dark legacy into horror. People who have been daring enough to visit Fairfield Hills State Hospital report seeing glowing red orbs, developed pictures with multiple orbs in them, with one person reporting that 30 to 35 orbs showed up in their picture. They hear footsteps coming from behind them. They hear wheels from what sound like one of the metal beds that transported bodies. They see bare footprints. Cameras shut off seemingly for no reason. One person reported seeing a skinny old man crouching in the corner of the tunnel, rocking back and forth. People experience a range of emotions when they're in the tunnels, including ones they said that they would never have felt in their life. People report hearing bangs, smacks of gates or pipes, and stomping, but there was nobody else there. And fingernail indents have been found on walls where people clawed. And one person said that they worked from 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. and they watched dining room tables and chairs that were stacked by the patients at the end of their dining time turn up in the middle of the dining area, stacked in the oddest ways. They said that they would fix them, and then 15 minutes later, they were placed back the way that the ghost wanted them. People have seen ghostly nurses wearing black dresses with material up to their neck. One person said that a man hung himself in a barn just off the campus, and so it's believed that the barn is haunted too. In Plymouth Hall, that houses the administration building, chapel, theater, gymnasium, bowling alley, and workshops, it was reported that 2 men were missing, and there was a police alert out for them as they had been presumed to have escaped. They had been pushing a food truck through the tunnels, and their supervisor was negligent and left them before he safely got them back to their building. They wandered through the tunnels and located the back door of a store in the basement of Plymouth Hall. They picked the latch with a table knife, but once inside the store, they could not get out. As the men woke up, a hospital security officer arrived to take them. One person said in Greenwich Hall, the administrative building that held the offices and medical supplies, that there's just an unbelievable feeling that overcomes you. They explained that the hair on their body would stand up, and the sense of someone else being hurt or suffering would overwhelm them. Someone who was a patient there from September 1972 until June 1976, from the ages of 14 to 17, said they saw so many nominally ill mental patients, and they were subjected to electroshock therapy for no other reason than the staff figured that the patient might be difficult to handle. Another person said that they were in Greenwich House when someone by the name of Joe Gillotte decided to take a can of lighter fluid and set Ward 1A's linen closet on fire, destroying the building. People also report seeing faces in developed photos and hearing children's voices and laughter. As we bring this nightmarish journey to a close, remember the chilling history of Fairfield Hills State Hospital, an enduring testament to the twisted minds and the depths of human suffering. The spirits of the tormented wander those abandoned halls, their anguish etched in the very fabric of the building's decay. I'm your host, Bree, and thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you never miss an episode.